But also their inner spirit is what do you think?
The integrity.
Dan?
Yeah, I would say I do have different interests than Tina in terms of.
Name one different.
Yeah, I know. Try to name one.
Name one
You
thing.
can't.
Tennis.
That's impossible.
But
Did you approach the film differently than an episode, or was it like just doing a really big episode of the show?
You have to approach it differently. You have to go in wide-eyed and very, very much avoid the possibility that it's just a big, long episode of the show. There's at the same time, you can't go too far from the formula, from the characters, from the world. It has to somehow be exactly the movie the fans would want to see, but it couldn't possibly air on TV. And it had to be all of that, and that was fine. We understood that was the challenge. We understood it would be hard, and we did not take it lightly. But it's a great game to play if you're up for it. You have to drink a lot of coffee.
Bob's Burgers obviously at this point has an enormous cast of side characters. There's countless characters in the show. Was it difficult to narrow down which ones you wanted to make a focus in the movie? And were there any that you really wanted to get in there more, but couldn't find a way to get in there?
Yeah, we're sorry. We're sorry to, here's the people we're sorry to: the fans that really wanted to see their favorite character, and to the actors who we love and what we wanted to throw them a few bucks and get their character into this movie. We couldn't get them all in, and so we're sorry. But here's why we did it, and here's why we think you'll forgive us, both those groups. We didn't want to just pack the thing full of our favorite characters and make a shittier movie. We didn't want to, get in the weeds of fandom and accidentally forget to make a movie that just worked as a movie. And so we had to cut them. And we were sad. And you can name one. And we probably at one point had them in and had to cut them. And we, Nora and I know where all the bodies are buried. And we can point to any part of the movie and say, this used to be where so-and-so poked their head in, but there just wasn't time.
One thing that I really liked about this movie is that, especially in the musical sequences, some of the goofiest and most bizarre dance moves I've ever seen in my life. So that's all Nora? Is that you?
Not at all. Some of the really, really slick dance moves are also.
How did you conceptualize them? Are there reference videos of people doing these goofy dances?
You have like a physical ailment.
A majority of it, and specifically, I think this, the sequence you're talking about, the Carney songs, a lot of this was Nora, and I would start on, and I would try and do a few dances, and then Nora would say, here are a few ideas, and she would just put her phone up in the kitchen, and she'd like back, and then she'd do one thing, and then go back to the camera and press stop, and then you get the next one, and it'd be start, she'd back, do something else, and they're always these
like a crazy person.
Like 500 dancers. They're like, stop.
They always killed. And actually, one of the fun things for me was sort of in some of the things, particularly in the end credits, where we have without spoiling a few characters dancing, was like taking I'm going to take that dance and assign it to this character. And that was a really fun mix and match game I was able to play, because I'd come up with a character, who am I going to have do that dance, and sift through all Nora's videos. So it was but yeah, that was mainly Nora you saw.
Yeah, but let me amend that. Here's the thing we've learned the hard way, and I can just speak for myself here. No one else has to feel this way, but I'll just say, not everyone who can draw, not even everyone who is a good animator can do dancing. There are great animators who simply cannot bring to it what Bernard can bring to it. There's just some little extra something. The character is still funny and is somehow still a cartoon character, but they're dancing in a way that you just feel. You feel that it is it is a real character, and they're really dancing. And it is apparently the last frontier for a lot of these great artists. You think that anyone could do it, but it is just not the case. It is the rocks a lot of them are wrecked on. But Bernard can do it seemingly all day long. The character, just hits that little pose and kind of holds it for a second and then releases, and you just know it's right.
First of all, the movie is so fun. I had such a blast watching it. Just being able to see it in the theater, seeing these characters in the theater was a joy for me. So great work to everyone.
Thank you.
The first thing I want to ask is actually a question I've been wanting to ask Jon Benjamin for a long time. You voiced 3 of my favorite animated characters of all time: Bob Belcher, Sterling Archer, and of course John McGurk. I feel like I can tell the difference between them. Do you approach doing the voices differently?
A little bit. Archer's pretty distinct, I guess. And Archer was kind of a byproduct of Coach McGurk, so they share DNA. I think I got the part because the creators of Archer like John McGurk. So that was they're very similar. So obviously there's the same voice, but intonation is a little different. Bob is a little more morose.
Kristen, you the same question. You do 3 characters I love: Louise, Mabel, and Sarah Lynn, 3 of my favorites. Do you approach doing those voices differently when you go into the booth?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing that H. John is saying. It's about like the energies. Louise has a very like sarcastic kind of she's very intelligent, but she's got a way different energy from Mabel Pines, she's just a firecracker. So that's, I think, even though they share the same voice, they share different qualities.
You've been doing this show for 10 years now. Did you expect when you did the pilot that you'd be able to see these characters in the movie theater?
We didn't even think we'd see them on TV.
Yeah. We
Right.
there was like 2 years of like the
Yeah.
pilot being like the demo being developed. So we never knew that it would become anything. And then once it was like, I think the first season was maybe 9 episodes, and then we didn't know if it would like, each step was kind of like a
nail biter.
A very exciting surprise.
Which actor do you think is most like their character?
We've been asked this before. John Roberts is not exactly. Probably Dan. Then
Dan.
I think
Dan.
Dan
He
most like Tina.
loves butts.
Yeah. Don't get Dan started on butts.
Yeah, don't ask Dan about his erotic friend
Dan's
fiction.
an ass
He won't
man.
stop.
And he
Oh,
loves
no.
horses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is in zombies too?
Yes.
He has real books full of zombie
Yep.
sex stuff that is honestly disgusting.
Yeah,
Dan, talk.
Everything about Tina was based on Dan in
Dan.
real life.
that's right.
Yeah.
But
That's
also
great to know.
their inner spirit is what do you think?
The
Dan?
integrity.
Dan?
Yeah, I would say I do have different interests than Tina in terms of,
Name one different.
Yeah,
interest.
I know. Try to name one.
Name one
You
thing.
can't.
Tennis.
That's impossible.
but I think we have
You
a
both have
similar
gorgeous
similar kind of energy.
True.
Dan wore the same exact
Guys,
glasses.
back
Tina.
off Dan's appearance.
He looks great. I've been looking at his head for 9 hours.
Beautiful hair.
9 hours, yeah.
You've been doing this show for years. You've done a movie now. You guys have gotten to sing songs on an album. Is there anything else media-wise that you would love to do with Bob's Burgers? A video game, a stage
Pinball.
musical?
I want there to be a Bob's Burgers pinball machine. There really
That doesn't exist already?
Yeah,
I
I don't believe it
I
does.
think there
That should
is one.
exist.
Not
There
an
is
actual
one.
machine.
That should exist.
There is one.
Yes.
Yeah, my brother played it. He's
What?
a pinball guy.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, there is a Bob's Burgers.
Why
Oh, but it's
They-
online. It's not a real.
Oh,
No, it's a real one.
Oh,
really?
Really?
Yeah.
Why haven't they offered us?
I
I'd
know.
love it.
Yeah.
If we could perform
Really?
at Eurovision, that would be pretty cool. We had a song.
I would love that.
Oh.
Especially
That would be great.
That would
We could
be
go into space with
amazing.
Jeff Bezos. We could.
That's a media thing.
Well,
Yeah.
we could have a cruise, our own
an
our own
amusement
cruise.
Oh,
park,
yeah.
A ride?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob's Burgers, like make a real Wonder War.
Yeah, come on, Disney.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go. We
Let's
got at least
build
a
a
Bob's
real
Burgers
Wonder War.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Make a Wonder Wharf.
Yeah.
Wonder
Wonder Wharf
Wharf.
World.
There should be a Bob's Burgers restaurant at Disney.
Yes.
Okay.
You're
That's
right.
what my mom said.
Yep.
I really like the Eurovision idea, especially with some of the dances in this film.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we could win.
No.
I think we.
Have you all tried to recreate any of the goofy dances
That would
from
be
this
tough
film,
for
or
me
you
to
just...
Not yet.
No.
But we will.
Tomorrow
tonight.
night after
Good.
the premiere, when we're really drunk, we'll probably try that.
Obviously the show also has all these great side characters. Do you think there's any who like deserve their own spin-off or get a little more focus as the show goes on?
Rudy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we like regular sized.
Regular
Rudy.
size.
Regular
Rudy.
size Rudy would make a great spin-off.
Yep.
Gretchen's World. I would watch Gretchen's
A
World.
Gretchen reality show.
Yeah, a Gretchen reality show. Who else? Oh, Mrs. Burr.
Who?
Mrs. Fur.
You know who the limo driver?
Oh,
Nat.
Nat.
Oh, Nat.
Nat, the
Nat.
limo
is a
driver.
great
I
one.
love her.
Yeah.
I love Nat.
Who's the teacher you play?
You don't know anything about the show.
You
Ah,
don't know
you-
the character.
Yeah,
He watches the show
I
every
watch it. I
Sunday.
just don't
You don't
watch
know
it.
any of the names.
You don't know her name?
What's her
Yeah.
name now,
Who?
Mrs.
Snur. Snur.
John has someone in mind, and he'd like to see more of her.
Did I
He can-
play?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, the teacher.
Oh, Miss
Fur.
LeBron?
Guys,
Oh, yeah, why-
leave
Oh,
John
yeah.
alone. Remember when I whispered to you for a minute and a half
Yeah,
because my mind
John,
went blank.
get that out.
Sorry.
Yep.
All right.
Fur.
This is
Mrs.
for
Snur.
We're
Mrs.
jet.
Snur.
Mrs. Snur. That's it. That's
No, I don't think I
Yeah.
plays that.
Snur.
yes.
That's Sarah Silverman.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right. Well, that's all the questions I've got for you.
Oh,
Thank you guys so
sorry.
much. This was a pleasure.
Oh,
No, it's all right.
yeah.
This was
Yeah.
I
great.
love your encyclopedias. Great encyclopedias.